So last time we talked about the one aspect of science, which is probably the most important aspect, and that is how to confirm a hypothesis.
That technology kechu khari chayu adikar lawena anju itsoba shagyu didi demba race la di khandis chigu me di kechumbu shagyu ros.
When you study science, you learn lots of facts from the theories we have. But more important question is how those theories are confirmed. Why do we believe them?
That seri namsha do khari shawena choba chidugala teshiro mangbushli ros. Di la dugala dinzo anju gita demba re la jura di khandis hakutu res. Di kechumbu chagyu ras iji chigwe kharishini iji chigu reslan.
That is more important question when you want to understand how science works.
Dila du tseri la di khandis todang khade me dile keche di tanganju thanda phila namsha da choba khari shawa di dila ije kharshin chigu res di keche kechumbu chagyu ros.
Then we saw the first step in confirming any theory is try to derive what prediction follows from that theory and test that prediction.
Di jelachi khari chagyu lawana namsha khande jim baina di ani ta thanda temba re mare la jura di tala namsha ni khari tungyo re ngomba di tungyo ros ngomba da choba kharla na prediction di te ta prediction ngomba chigyo di an chota chigyo resti ta do midus.
But then we also notice that the argument is not that simple.
Ta kiran zo tena ji khari chungyo lawana choba che jura di ani choba che di tab de le lo ji da chagyo maros.
Apart from that first premise, if then premise, there are more parts than just hypotheses we want to test.
Ta choba takje chejo anju choda chejura di chibu mayam beche di nyam do khari chuyu law na anju choba na la khesi la da an dilate ne la and yungu dos di sango chuyu ros.
So what are the other things we have to worry about?
Ta thanda shiva member shimba ta simde chegwa laura khari khari chagu res khari khari khechumbu chagu res dina.
You know, apart from our main hypothesis, which we want to confirm, what are the other parts of the argument for every confirmation or disconfirmation?
Tanganju choba shagyo jora namsha dila dilanganju choba chiwas choba chiyo kapsung anju dende reslan shagyo ra di chipu maimba di nal thewa khari resta di chipu member shimba khari nembe ge res.
Those parts, you remember when I said last time, those parts that enable us to hold an hypothesis even when prediction is shown false.
The kisi dige luwaina thanda thewa jor la jor dende luwaina ngomba di demba mewaina ge ngaju namsha dita tata yores la yo dende se ros. La takche experiment observation.
You remember, there's argument goes like this. If hypothesis is true, then prediction is true.
Kiran sudi tingi do estoba nal khari re kesi sosha ngaju soba shiyo di temba imba inas ani tada ngomba di takta digi res la jura di chagi ros.
In this part, if hypothesis is true, we have some other things which enable us to have a conclusion which is not definite about the truth of hypothesis.
Tilo do choba shadu chik tingi do as kerazo kesi sosha di temba inna lan shagyo dinde indu gola di wala kiran thewa do nembej ge yas ta di jela ani jugdom khari chigere na thada choba shagyo namsha di takta member ji dinde tungi yas ta kesi lajili yas yangna ledi yangna ledi.
So what did we have here?
Ta di choba shadu thangbo thamja joba thangbo dro thama delang ju jugdom li yo ta di sosha di demba inas le yo ang ju namju himba inas le du digal nimbe chi gas was dil khalir di khari res.
So what are these parts?
Di chashe di khares lawo marda di dina khari thil lawo marda di chashe di khari chungyo re la warta di choba dinam la Gabjur chinge khari gabjur khanun chinge. Okay, that's the supporting hypothesis.
That's right, supporting auxiliary hypothesis. What is interesting about them?
Tadi ho jabjor chinge da tat thewa nembe ge jo auxiliary hypothesis ti lagi ros dinal khari res di tanda jabjor chinge lagi ra kran zui soba di khande chil lagi res ti di yo ena khari jo tang res namsha demba yeme tela namsha shemba demba. So it's like an addition to say that this hypothesis is true, which confirms that this hypothesis is true.
In some sense, we cannot even say anything without this auxiliary hypothesis.
Kabre ma jugdom che jora kisi di kanun chingi gi thanda chubash do di meoina jugdom chima to adinde chagi ros.
And sometimes this auxiliary hypothesis about the measuring apparatus, sometimes it's about the conditions, sometimes, and they are never questioned, they are not taken into question, they are assumed to be true.
Tanda kanun chingi gi thanda chubash shasha yo jora dige dina khari chuir lawana tanda pe dina chasha wana lakcha da yuje jora dinde shaswas kabre khari re netang da nebab dinde korle yong si ruas.
So what are the consequences for conclusion because of this auxiliary hypothesis?
Chesanta tanda de la kanun chingi tanda nimbesh kya swa choba nimbesh kya ra di yo baina ani jugdum la kheba khari su res. Khari jo tang. So it will change the conclusion.
If you don't like the conclusion, for example, if prediction fails, and you still want to hold on hypothesis, what do?
Ngomba di tagda madde ache ra. Dinde chiwa na ani kerang ki khari chigre sine kerang ki namsha di rangja gugu yo ache. And ngomba di tagda di me on ani kerang khari chigugu res. So we should say either.
Yeah, you're going to attack auxiliary hypothesis, right? You're going to say one of the auxiliary hypotheses is false. That's the reason prediction is false, not that hypothesis is false.
That tanda nganzugi ngomba di tanda tagda di me on namsha di thagarang sungugu ra susui. Di ladugala that namsha di tagda relagu na nganzui khari shagre digal tanda nimbe khanun chingi gi tanda choba jora choba di shairas. Nganzui khari shigir la no jugdum chidugala khanun chingi gi choba jora. So we
saw with Copernicus when he didn't like that we do not observe stellar parallax, he said, what's wrong is the auxiliary hypothesis that the stars are close.
Copernicus korangi show na shira and the kanun chiwegi tanda chobachi shagujura kama new year lady di any noryo imbareslani korangi tindi share was.
Probably, actually, when you debate, you do the same things, right? When somebody claims something, you can attack auxiliary hypothesis and so on. You're just not aware of it, but it just happens in science and everywhere when you have to discuss whether something is correct or not correct.
The Keranzo Chobachidu Namjun, the Kerans to non ligi marisine, Tanda di Nimbegagi Chobashta, Digiri Kaduna Ledi was. The Keranzo Tanda Nanshan, Kerans Chobatsu Kapsuinare, and Serina Chasha and Serina Kaduna, Tanda Kanuch Nembegangis and Chobarishta, Kimalasha Yudi, Digiri the Kaduna Ledi res.
Whenever you evaluate somebody's argument or some argument, you always have to just carefully see, are there assumptions in the argument which are unacceptable?
Tilado Kiranzo Kaduna Choba Chiogaso, Diganala Kiranzo Nedun Kashi, Naransuki, Mulin Chimato, Duedin Tedi was.
That's how you win the debate.
Dilla Dugala Dindich in Kalikali and Kiranzo Choba Sudual, Su top short ledger, Kiranzo Tobe, Dindili was.
Okay, and the other thing we saw last time that we finally got a picture of our universe that is closest to the contemporary picture.
That Tande Tindu Chasho and Dina the Nishu Roda, Tamaj Lira, Di any Tamadingazuta Taring Di Korshigres.
So, how did Kepler describe our universe?
Tangaras Jigdenkam Korshira, Kepler Kuranging as Jigdenkam Ladishi Hadish Gaires. Kepler ge dishi gya ra changma dishi yora su Kepler ge dishi khandi gya res ngzu jigden khamdela changma jigden kham ga dishi gya de Kepler ge dishi khandi gya res.
What was the most important thing he noticed?
Quran ge ta jigden kham go dishi gya de ra keche shu do Quran tunan chung di khari she res. So he said the orbits are elliptical.
Orbits are elliptical. So which was the most that conceptual view they have to give up in order to accept that orbits are elliptical?
Tatanda kolam di jongbo res la jura dila du ngazo nyeni khodu yu rig jura di tawa di mapi gwe khadita khandi cha de res ngazo
Kaji lewi ni saji wi ni shari leira ni ma wi le shara saji wi ni shara saji kurang suma de
So he placed like he accepted the heliocentric model and Earth was the third planet from the sun.
But there was, as we said at the beginning, apart from observation, there are conceptual views at every time we live. Even now, right? We have our conceptual views, philosophical views, how the universe looks like. And sometimes you have to give up on them in order to progress. So which view from Aristotle now they had to give up in order to get orbits that are elliptical?
Dila duda tanda anzo khodun da de jigden gi tawa ta su roshli yora su khodola pawe di ani khande ji shagu khe res ngazo tanda khari shere Kepler tu Quran tu kapsu tanda kolam de jongbo yor la ros dila du di ngol la ngazo jigden gi tawa do la ora khodo su khodol pawe ta ta su khande ji shagu khe res kharil pawe sha res khodun yora su ita jigden kham gi tawa di khodun khande ji shagu khe res la Aristotle da samanyama ji Quran zo khodun chi yora So he loves harmony, so he like took all the ideas from Aristotle and Copernicus and inculcate everything in one model.
Yes, but what did you want? Did you feel love song?
Before the orbits were circular, and now he said that orbits are elliptical.
You remember from the time of Aristotle, you look at in the sky, everything circles, so uniform circular motion has to be in the sky, and any representation of what's going on in the sky is using uniform circular motion.
Tangema Aristotle ni khari chijo chigi yor laoina tanda phana nongo bo khandi yo di sama khari yore go kora gyadang go ji ge yo che an thana shi gyose de chi ko chi uniform na tembu yo laura dinde chi le ge yo di tawa di yo ros.
So Kepler realized we have to give up of that in order to account for all our observations in the sky.
Dile do Kepler ki khari sam laona ta di tawa juta su jura dip changma pha sha go ki res khala na korang gi thanda ta chu sawash khile ro di ningba di changma ma thor go edin chi sam res.
So now we have all ingredients of our heliocentric system.
Ta thanda ngaju thanda nima une la jura digi thanda pesu diga chagen khari go di changma cha yo ro asta.
But we still need some kind of new observational data that heliocentric system is really correct.
Hinaya thanda nima une la thanda pesu jura di ani ngaju khile la thandu ne chu sawa da nembe gya go chagyo rest ding nang la.
And finally we will get it with Galileo.
Di jela ani ngaju Galileo thuju dilli ros.
And by the way, I want to say just one thing. When I said, when you examine the arguments in this progression, it's not progression in order for individual to win an argument. It is that we discover the truth.
Ta thanda chi gel chi gyo dress to di du gal cheba chuni su thop re ta ngara ra thop go la ni de ta kin ta thobe di gyo ta jura di mares ngo ta tembe ni chu khari me jura tende di khari me dil shisha ne ani di gyo khali khali ya ge do du res.
Scientific debates, just like Buddhist debates, should be about discovering the truth.
Ta thanda nangben nangjonal ta ene ge khira chu cheba chu ras thana shi seri na la ge ne cheba chu dos dila du cho mi di kharla na ngoyeni chu khari me temba chhe di chadu res.
So as I said, finally with Galileo, we will get empirical evidence and also new physics for the heliocentric system.
Tanda Galileo Quran le du khari korshi la na ngosum gi pangda sarma da ani cheri sarma di korshi da chai ros.
It is because what happened, as I said, all the old physics we had the physics which apply to the earth that is stationary.
Tanda ngzu ngom report de ni de mangbu ji shi gi ros di khari da dewa chai du la wa na Quran gi se khula yugu machinge ji baina ta da di yo de de roji thoi res ko.
So we need a new account of motion which applies to the earth that is moving.
Chezanta ngjo khari gugu lawana se kholadi yogu machu ajirela na mara yogu chigyo ras dile deshe gya thungi gida ngokam deshe gya dang jigyora dinde sawach gugu duslan khurangi sheres.
And finally we will get that with Galileo.
Dita deshe disu gya thur lawana Galileo kapso ni khurangi chetu res.
So when Galileo looked through his telescope, he saw some things in the sky that exactly either confirm heliocentric system or show that Aristotle and the old view of the universe must have been wrong.
Teledo Galileo khurangi gyangshe phejushin taraya toship chigora digapso khurangi khari nyer lawana chiknye res di nye sejel khari di panda ro nyer lawana se kholadi yogu chigiyoji an thane chingwela Aristotle the Quran su ishe denzo tawta maimbaji dende chinye res khora gyangshi gyuni.
As I mentioned last time, when he first time used telescope, people really did not accept that it accurately represents anything.
An kiran zu thengi das khazinge di gyangshe korshe ros gyangshe la di la thanda yuje jura di la mi manche yije chigiyo mar res la ni she res manche gi chigiyo mar lan kesa she so di chigiyo mar res lan she ros di ani khari yo di takta thongu yo mar la jura di shigiyo Quran zu yije chigiyo ros.
What did they say?
I asked you, remember that the telescope is not a reliable instrument.
Yeah.
So some of them were saying like, no, it's a reliable one. So most of them said, yeah, we remember.
But you have to understand why they didn't believe it was reliable. As I mentioned last time, telescope consists really of curves. First telescope, 2 curves mirror.
Thingi dolas ni khazin gyangshi kor tishi yadu gala thanda thani dil khandir lana thanda melong do che khuk de jo tinde ni yores.
Yeah, and the only experience of curves mirror they had exactly in fun houses, seeing themselves in a funny way.
Ta thanda she khuk de jo dinde yora tinde Quran so namju kho thong de yore thanda ngajo timden chisa de wala ngajo khashi khare so khande yem de takda sungye chagum do di khare khashi kambu shu khashi gyapa shu thong sta dinde na pheju che she go de do thong yores mi din.
So why would anyone believe that combining those mirrors, now you're going to get objects that are far away closer? I mean, you're going to see them better.
Chaza midin zui ta dende namju Quran so khari thong de yore gyundu dende shegu rigjiyo aina taktash ma thong de yoras dile du dende nis nyam do duni pheju chiyo aina yoje ji so aina ngobo thari mu yudi nyush thongur lan khonju iji chiyo mares.
So nothing illogical about not believing in telescope at the beginning. That is a reliable instrument.
Quran so gyunse doal astadi gyangshi la di je machi di.
And then as I mentioned before, what Galileo did, he told people in Venice, look, I can tell you when the ship is going to come in before you see it with the naked eye, just looking through my telescope.
Chezam Quran gi ta di tuen chedu Quran gi khari shere midin zula keran zo mi kyangbe ma thong gong la ngi she tu res kyang she pheju shini pane ta tusing le jura keran zo mala gong la ngi kyang she gyune ni keran zo tusing dili du la ni ngi she tu res lan Quran gi midin zula she ras.
So he proved the telescope is reliable.
Di gyuni midin zul khachire Quran gi ta khungke tu ro kyang she la di yoshi ije ronga jim bachi.
And his telescope was very weak, just 20 times. But he still was able to see many things that help confirm heliocentric system.
The Quran gyangshi pheju che jura thanda na shi cheto shurela na marwa dinde ji res gyangshi ine Quran gyangshi gyuni sanye ta mangbu shin chungera dorship di chungni Quran gi khari demba imba hakor laina nima uine la spesu jura di ani tata imba chi khura ni yores.
So he observed that Jupiter has 4 smaller planets that go around it.
Khura khari ni lo na saphubu ira saphubu ithala ani di ngobu shi korok ya di gwa dendish ni yores.
Did you see that through telescope with Vivian?
Kya ju ge Vivian pyoga su ani gyangshi ni thongsele saphubu che andi thala shi ngobu shi di kora ya dengi di.
Yeah.
Saphubu thongmase. Okay, they didn't see the Jupiter. They saw Saturn.
Because they came too late. Jupiter was already below horizon, right?
Kai thong mara kai lane kera su jilute ani
No, I
Jupiter
mean-
nga ju thong jura di gesa ros thong bi maras.
Yeah, I remember when we were out there, the Jupiter was already setting below horizon, so you really couldn't see it.
Nga ju tha thong jura da horizon lira di te di tujeli du khali khali da Jupiter nube tuju jura di gapsu kera ju les was. Jal kera su to gapsu nub sares.
So, you know, when Galileo looked in the sky, he saw Jupiter first time in his life, right? Anyone seen Jupiter in that way, is that Jupiter was in midst of 3 stars.
Ta khora Galileo yangshe tarwa di ta de gol sapubu thong res sapubu di khol thong la na kama sungi parla thong res.
So he expected the next day what is going to happen, you know, that all these 3 stars are going to be, that how Jupiter is moving, 3 stars are going to be on a different side than the first day, which he observed that where Jupiter was in the middle of these stars.
Ta khora chen thangbo di ta du gola sapubu che kama sum di thong roas ta nima je ma jura sangi del khorangi khari choba chirla na khesa thong na shi thong mares ne jura logo thong yo khoran choba chires.
Because in heliocentric system, you remember stars do not move.
Kero chingi dos tan nima uine la di tanda pesu jura di kheli na khari yore kama de ju gyo tang me osh thong roas.
And then he looked at the next day through his telescope and noticed one thing. He was very surprised. Those stars are not there where he would expect them if Jupiter moved and these stars are left behind.
Dile du khorangi choba chi yodi na shita sapubu den ju chuleo che kama de ju mal ha.
Not only that, after looking the next day, he noticed there is another star.
Digi jela yan chenjil tayra nima sumba chaira dile du gal khorangi khajir la na kama yangyo shimba thewach thong res ta kama shicha so.
Finally, he realized that actually what is going on, that these stars are not stars, rather moons that are orbiting Jupiter.
Chezan khoran so thanda Galileo khorangi khari ha gor la na thanda yama pe de jora ne khazingyo la sum thoi je thanda shi thoi di kama mares di khar la na kama membai na tawa res thanda sapubu lu kora gengi daga shi di imba khorangi.
So these are their names. If you want to remember them, you don't have to worry. Ganymede, Callisto, Io, and Europa.
Ta thanda daga shi lara sapubu daga shi di ming di res.
And here is the picture, you know, from our modern telescopes where you see Io crossing in front of the Jupiter. See, making shadow on the Jupiter.
Thanda sapubu la khari re daga shi yo shi nan io la shdo digi ani tipsu timna po de juj res pa thongu da na buri di.
So why was that observation important? What does this observation show?
Ta khoran tokship chungyo jora dine ne khari len thu res khari ha ku dus. Yima kima che ani So we have Sun at the center, and then we have Mercury, Venus.
Yeah, that's
And
the
Earth.
picture. That's the picture in heliocentric system. But this argument is really against the old picture of geocentric system. This is argument against Aristotle, against Ptolemy.
Tanda di tokship chungyo jora di khari la choba chinge ro cha dur law na nyama shewen tanda Ptolemy gi shewe chigilam lu jora di la choba chinge ro cha dur ros Aristotle da Ptolemy khonzo shewe di sashi une la jora di la choba cho cha dur ros
What is the picture they have about the celestial bodies' orbits?
다 단다 임바이나 안주기 단다 반난기 ngobo 된주기 콜람 줘라 간데 줘레스 리모트 오테 임바이나 간데 콜람 된주 간데 레라 거스다 고르고르 아니 공아 종보디. So the orbits are elliptical and all the planets are around the sun.
Not Ptolemy and Copernicus.
They told me the Copernicus kapsu
orbits are not
circular.
And everything orbits the earth, right?
And Thaganashi Quran told me the Konzo Shevi kapsu khare ngobo khandeji na panangi ngobo chamasul kora gyadi urlare say kolala jamni la kora gyagi urla roas.
In our old picture with the earth in the middle, everything orbits the earth. Now you look at the sky and what do you see? Oh my gosh, there are some other moons that orbit different planets and they do not orbit the earth.
That digapsuk tuju khari chadulana told me kunji shewe di sashi unne di chadu roas. Di say kola ulere ni ngobo khandeji na panang shemba sama khachi yure say kolal kora gyagi urla roas. Di ladu galata di thanda Galileo korangi khari nyere thanda di ngobo di dagarila roa di khare sa pubul kora gyadi yura di ladu gala ngobo changma say kolal kora gyagi yotung mundas ngobo khashi sa pubul ay kora gyenge shen la kora gyadinge dinde yuash nye roas.
So something must be wrong with this idea that everything orbits the earth.
Di ladu gala ta changme say kolal kora gyagi yurla di tapta madhya aj koran sugi she roas nye roas.
Not only that, if you look at these moons, look at the size of them.
Thanashi delta das daga den stongu doas koran sugi daga di chejung jilta das.
What do you notice?
chejung delta du keran stona khari chungu dos. It's small and looks like stars.
They are much smaller. So this also shows that in the universe, smaller bodies orbit the larger body.
Ta dita du gala thala kora jangi dikhare thanda daodin shadi gorwas diki dil durwaina khardu chunga yorwas inchi khare ha urlana jigden khamnan ngobo chunga denjugi chela kora gyadyo thala kora gyyo dindish ha gorwas.
What about the size of the earth and the size of the sun?
An thana shita ngobo chejung keje shoina ra se kolagi chejung da cheze jura dida an nime cheze durwaina khande yores. Sun is bigger. The sun is bigger.
The sun is bigger. The sun is much bigger. In geocentric system, bigger sun orbits smaller earth.
Ta tanda nima unegi pesujiwa di shedang chiwa kharire nima cheyor lara tanda nima cheo di ngobo cheo digi segula chunga dikil sha cheo digi chungal kora ja jushtin ruas.
This shows that it's more likely always that the smaller bodies are going to orbit a bigger body.
Dila duta mangche koranzu kharish dusta tadu kharish agyor lawaina ngobo chunga denjugi chela kora ja thungu ruas.
Therefore, it's much more likely that the earth is going to orbit the sun rather than the sun orbiting the earth.
Chezan dila shishane ta se kola la nima kora ga di memba che nima la se kola kora ga dinde yong sig ruas lan koranzu dil shishane she res.
So you see how we're slowly shattering all these old beliefs from geocentric system.
Ta nyama yije chiwa yije ningba laura digi rigde ani khali ani ma meo chani ani nima une la jura di ani midinzu khilen che go zu res.
So the other thing that he noticed when he looked at the moon is that on the surface of the moon you have this kind of, he thought, mountains and valleys, just like on the earth.
The Korangi ya dagal tarang razu se kola dagajua razu dagadilda dil tadu kola khariton lawaina Korangi dindeta bursudu thungura di thundu Korangi da rida dinde yore samres se kola na rida dinde chadura dinashi dagalai dulan Korangi dinde samyores.
Why is that the evidence against geocentric system? Why is that the evidence against Aristotelian picture of the universe?
Ta Aristotle ki jigden kham gi pesu jora Korangi lamlu she shadi dil ani gelda do khandes chadi res toshib di.
You have even answer there, right?
Digala lente dosa.
So you could just read.
Lona digyo resta. Keda hande chayar lana gangla chi dos.
So what is the story? Why that goes against Aristotelian picture? What did Aristotle and people at the time believed about celestial bodies?
Ta di keda khajin chayar res. Aristotle Kurangi tuzu jura. Digapso midunzugi jigden khamlana tadang hande jitta gyo res. Okay, so it says it should be spherical.
Okay, perfectly spherical, that's one thing.
Ta dumbo takta jimbachi. Tende jikoy lagi ruas.
You can have mountains and sticking out and stuff like that.
Dumbo la du gang ngwe di jambu do shigyo ras. Di la du gang la bursu rido da tende mathu ma shigyo ruas.
In a sense, you cannot have imperfection, right? Everything in the sky is just perfect according to ancient beliefs.
Ta nangamugi ta ijel shewayna skunzu ita su shewayna tanda phanangi ngobo changma khandis gugur la re dumbo che ani shila bursu do khemyo jambu dinde rigs gugur la ruas.
And now Galileo looks through telescope and sees the moon that is also just like the earth, has mountains, valleys, it's imperfect. Just as you said from the beginning, on earth everything is changing and it's imperfect. In the sky everything is just perfect. And now there is a counterexample. It shows that's wrong.
Tangwe la Quran sui Aristotle da dishejul khari re sai kola nanda yuwa dugu re sai kola di mandaj res. Inne phanan na ngobo tinju khari re tumbu imba che ani ngwe dinju jambu yuwa takta yuwa dinde chishe ras. Ta ine Galileo Quran kita du khare tumbu che ngwe jambu dinde shnye re la na nye mara bursu yunge dinde shnye ras. Dila du sai kola nangshi cha de ras pese.
So another reason to believe that something was wrong with the old picture of the universe.
Dila du ani ngoma khari shere phanang ngobo changma dumbo che ani ngwe jambu dinde chimba shedu gala Quran gyangshin ta du dinde shnye du ta ngwe la sheju tawa jura ta su de takda maimba nye ras.
So then he again pointed his telescopes towards the stars. And he noticed the stars appeared through the telescope exactly the same like with the naked eye. Just points of light. You cannot see anything else.
Quran gi ta Galileo gyangshe pheju chigura. Gyangshe pheju chinta du gala ngazu mi kyangbe gi kama thongaishda. Dinangshi gyangshe na tawaina khari re chibuchigyan thongyu res kheba shira myoch. Khandish thongyu launa yoyingi ngobodoch. Dendish thongdiyu res.
Oops. So what does that show?
Di khari ha dinin khari shetu res.
Yeah? What does it show?
Di khari tingyu re lasta khunazui. Khari khebar thongba kama shi gorda ha thongbab kheba me khajin thongorlar gyanda chimbuya. So since the stars are far away we don't see stellar parallax.
But just that fact that you look through a telescope and you see stars in the same way as you see with the naked eye shows that they must be really far away.
Dila du ngazu migi thonga di gyangshen ta du kharulan tis nya thongyo ra. Dila du kama yodi thanda ni ngobo khande thonga na shi yodang ching thongyo ra den ro thong du gala ta khari shar lawa no khore kama din zo tharing bu shu gyang tharing bu shu le yo den she ras.
And what you rightly pointed out then, of course, that's the reason that we don't observe stellar parallax, and that's the reason the stellar parallax cannot account against Copernicus' system.
Dila duta gyangda ringbu yueza anga jo thanda karme thongbob di thongu mari la ras. And di thanda anga jo Copernicus ki shesha wala ta choba ro din chitwe mathu ach chagi ras.
So you remember our auxiliary hypothesis in the argument against the Copernicus was that the stars are close. Now we showed that that auxiliary hypothesis is false.
Tangwela ngajo Copernicus ta choba chwe kapsu khari shayre kama di new yo ainas lan sharwas. Ta thanda di uni khari nye re kama di tharingbu yo nye ras. Di ladu di choba di takda mewa chi ngajo ta thanda numbe ja jo choba jura takda memba nye res.
So therefore, it is not true, right, that Copernicus' system is false based on the fact that we do not observe stellar parallax.
제장 코퍼니커스 코랑기 시에샤 남샤 주라 디탁다 디며 스텔 탄다 karme thongbo thongo mare lai koran dishe jura di takta di me ong razu ni ros.
So again he looked at the sky and looked at the Milky Way, and he noticed that they are just full of stars, millions and millions of stars.
Ta korangi kharitar lana Galileo gichi ngazu gusi jura gusi kyamo dil ta res dil yata du gala kharithon launa karma sai mongbu thong res korangi.
And again you see, if the universe was created just for our benefit, why would God create all these stars which we cannot even see it?
Dila duani korangi kharishir lawaina ta kesi jigdeng kham dis konjogi ngazu chedu sewainas an kama denzu tharngbu shu khajin seres ngazu thongma tu edinde doas dinde khajin serlan korangi chotan res.
What? What did it say?
God didn't create it.
But why
didn't
would
create
God,
all this.
God created what?
God didn't create all this.
Well, according, to the Catholic Church at that time, that's what they thought. They thought the whole universe was created for us. We are in the center of it. God created the world for us.
Narab gi thuju shigura. Diladi Yeshu nal Quran zu tharsu khariore ta jigden thanda jigden di khari tumber sewarlana konjo gi sewores koba bo jiorlan di shigurwas.
So why would he create something what is invisible to us?
Diladi an Quran gi jig so goya ding anjo thong ma tu adinde khajin sugu go reslan di chod ligi res Quran din stan res.
It's like you get invisible presents.
Di doralas nyamba thoya mejo nyamba stona shi chaguralas.
Right, essentially like that. So the other thing what he observed is that Venus goes through all phases, just like the moon.
Thanashi Galileo chi khariton lawaina thanda ngazu dagai phedip thongudo dinashi sapasang ge phedip thong res korangi.
What does that show?
Dig an kharitungu res. Thanda sapasang larda.
What did Cheryl say?
She was talking about stars. So I said, you asked about Venus. She said, oh, about Venus. The face is okay.
So what does it show that Venus goes through whole phases just like the moon?
Ta daga nashi phedip tungur lara sapasang. Di tende thonde ani kharit tungur res, kharit tungur res. So there is also a moon which goes around the planet Venus.
Okay, but that doesn't have anything to do with the phases of Venus. Phases of Venus is something we saw Galileo saw from the Earth. You remember in the old system, in Ptolemaic system, does Venus show all the phases?
Nyama Ptolemy ishe kapsura. Tada sabasangi any peltip tungre lairues. No, it won't show.
No. So Ptolemaic system, in Ptolemaic system, we cannot see all the phases of Venus. In heliocentric system, prediction of heliocentric system is that you observe all the phases of Venus.
Ta thanda sashi une jua. Digi thanda pesu nalang ajo kharishiwer launa sabasangi peltip thongu re lagir thongu mare lagor. Thongu mare lagir was. Ondi ta nima une jura dinala ajo choba ngomba kharishiwer launa di shisung droina sabasangi peltip thongu re la was.
Right, this is exactly this argument.
Di roas ta di rochagi was.
Right? And now we show that Venus shows all the phases, therefore Ptolemaic system. And we also show the telescope is a reliable instrument.
Tango ni Ptolemy gal choba shidio ka bradi. Koran choita thanda choba numbe jeju na chi kharishiore. Thanda di khari korshi ore sabasa impedip korshi ora dinala numbe cheba na chi kharishayar laona. Thanda gyangshe la di ani yoje chimiru igida. Yoje thanda yoje chimurungi yoje shadio reslan sherwas. Ine jesu Galileo korangi kharitore yoje che yo thanda yoje reslan korangi tuen sarwas.
So therefore that was the phases of Venus argument against Ptolemy, or we can construct it as an argument for heliocentric system.
Ta thanda di choba jora sapasang gi pheti bladi di thong thu yora da di la du gala di kharil gyabjo chigyor la waina nima uine la gyabjo chigyor was Ptolemy la choba chingin chadyor was.
There is the planet that Galileo saw, which also I know you saw for sure, right?
Ta di Galileo gi thong roalas thana she ani kharanzo thong so asti kang la shajudi.
What's interesting about Saturn?
Sabemba la kharanzo ta han sa ro la ora manda ro kharitos ing yo ro. It has ring.
It has rings. Now again, remember the old picture. Everything in the sky is just perfect, round, no anything else is going on, then it's uniform circular motion with a perfectly round bodies.
Nang mo khoran su ishizu na khari re thanda namga thanda panang lo yo ngobu sama khari re tumbo imba che ani jambu dinde che thala khe meo dinde shigi roas thanda dela khari thungu re sabemba dela thala kera ro ring ji thungu roas.
And probably when you look through the telescope and saw Saturn, it looked very strange.
Dilla duta jangshini tai ro rai sabemba thondu sabemba de khensa laura yamsin ru dinde thong res.
I remember first time I saw the Saturn through the telescope, it's just such a weird object in the sky. You just cannot imagine there is this object with this something on its side, some hooks or whatever.
Tangara thangbo thondu gal sabemba de khensa shu thong sons ngobuji yo che phanang la di thanda dumbo yo che di thala ya kera na she sanga sing mangbu yo dinde ro thong sons.
Which again shows that the sky is not perfect.
Tila duta namkha dikhare nam dinal thanda phanang ngobo changma takta yo dumbo yo dinde stungu yo marwas.
Then he look at the sun, and on the sun you didn't see very well on this picture, but there are some sunspots here.
An thana shi nima latta waina khare re tela nakthi dinde yo res. Thanda dipar nanda se us thong mundus.
Which again shows that even the sun is not perfect.
Dila duta nakthi yo du gala nima lageta takta meo thanda tungu yo ras tikal nakthi ro thik dinde yo ras.
So these are all empirical observational evidence that Galileo got just by using telescope, evidence for the heliocentric system.
Ta di sama pangda ngusum gi pangda chadyo ra Galileo korang gi tokship chini dige sama nyeres di sama kharila kelingyor la waina thanda nima uni pesu jura dilan gyabyor chinge chadyo res.
But in the back there is this old problem of why we do not observe the earth moving, why birds are not left behind, why objects, when we throw them up in the air, they go down right to our hands, even though earth is moving, and so on.
Hine thiwa nyima thangbo thiwa nyingba jwa di rangjal ha de res di kharla na se khola di guja tangi urla na ngachu khajin chogu yo mares an thana shi se khola di gujo tangi yo na chiu den di khola jogo shu kora ja je chiu den ma sa je shimba jil le gwe hani je luthini dinde ji che ani ngobo di yugdu gala susu lakol ta ta ma sag do kora je na sag mara di changma thiwa di thandul ha de res.
So despite all this observational evidence, we still have to have physics of motion on this our moving earth.
Thanda ngosum gi panda da mangbu shuj ra ra di chibu gi tang chagyo re lan chagyo mares yogu da dewe de shi jagu du gala an thanda ngokham da di yogu da dewe ngokham di gu ros di de shi gala.
So then Galileo thought about experiment. It's called the Gedanken experiment, which we would translate in English as a thought experiment. This is an experiment which you don't really do, but you think about it and you see what follows from it just based on everything what you know.
Ta thanda di korangi taji chires di yogu da de ra di kharla na taji di mingla Gedanken taji lagi res di kharla na ngara zungo su taji che re la na che mar samlu taji chadu res thought experiment lan dile du ngara zungo ni ta gyabjong gi ne su khari me dil shishani ani taji ji chadu res di.
So he said, what would happen if I'm on a big ship on the mast, and if I throw something and the ship is moving and I throw a stone from the mast.
다 코랑이 지 가리땅 라나 튀와 땅그라 삼리 따짓나 계싱아 투신지갈 요아체 안 ngobo 두세 요 ngo보지기 다능이 락바니 말려이나 안 가리 중그레슬란
Where would stone fall?
다 도디 락벌루라 료이나 콜라 사그레슬란 튀와 땅 레스 will fall in the water.
So on the ship usually, you know, on the big
투신갈
ship.
요레스 코랑 투신 침부시 간 요레스
Imagine a big ship and there is a mast. And from here you throw a stone. So this is a ship.
도 육사 지어라 투신 침부지 요레라스라 도
you-
육사디 대차 요레스
And you're standing here on the mast and throw a stone. Where would fall down?
계란 디갈라 자데 레스라 아니 도 딜려 레스라 도 딜려나 콜 사그레스
And the ship is
In the ship-
moving, you know, ship is moving.
안 투신디 같이 되려나 구조당 되어 레스다 두고 레스라 두고 레스 투신디 콜 사그레라스 도디 강 딜려 아이나 투신갈라 will fall in the ship
Will fall straight down, right, in the ship, even though the ship is moving. What does it tell us?
투신디 구조당 조디르라라 딘데 임바에게 디네 뢰두갈라 콜 사그르라나 마 캅투 투신나 사그르스 아니 추나 사그레 추나라 투신나 sabsa call sagre larta tusingna sagre sarre but ani nigi sangmar lagi sir
So what does that show?
tusingna sangmare tuor lar tusing ani tusingna sangmar lara dira midi khoir lana delo ra ha tusing dugo gujo tangi relas gujo tangur lan dugo lawara dugo res ship is moving this way right
Yeah.
de dugo acha shastra dine ni do dilo resra an do di khosa relas ma khab do done ani so it will fall straight on the ship and it will roll down for some time
Okay, but it would fall down straight, right?
ine ma sae jora saudi khande saglan ma khaptu ma la sagros yes
Even though the ship is moving.
thanda to sing the kujo tangi na re mer thanda khari ko shigo re kujo tangi la ra dugu la ra to sing the dugu yo ene ge thanda do di malu de khaptu ma sagros kare 진주 있나? 단어디 조생침 so 진주 있나 하지르.
What?
진주 있나?
They all be on.
진주 있나 추나 사그래.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is a big ship, right?
Yeah.
If it's a small one, it'll fall in water.
What Bryce just mentioned to me, you all guys been on trains, right?
그래서 메고나 돈용 로알라 상마. Yes.
So if you're on a train and train is moving and you throw an object down, what happens?
다 메고나 주고 로알라스. 뭐보디 말려 에나 로알라스. 메고 저데 레스라. 안 잘라 딜려 에나 같이 레스. It'll fall in the same like
That's
in the
right,
train.
falls in the same place. So what you can conclude from there, sorry,
It'll fall straight down, but it'll roll down for some
it
time.
can roll down if it's a rolling thing. If it's not a rolling thing, it can just fall down. But what you can conclude from there is
so they're still not done. Kare? Kharchire? Ya yugur lab tak ya yu nare mayu nare tak khachire dine nile re laor chala di. Ta tusing shashlas megor na duyo acha shalas tusing di yur la da. Megor dro di res an kera chala lyo ena chala di kho sag re la la ko lyo. Khabdu ma sag ruas. Tanda inde khabdu ma yu wainas. It will fall near your feet.
That's right. So from seeing how objects fall down, you cannot conclude anything about whether on your moving train or the train that is just stationary.
tanda ta susu lagwa chala ngobu skyo ro di mallo ina khachire ma sagir la ro di tanda nganzo kharina deure mehor na yo ro mehor di gujo tangyo na re mena re kheba yo maras chala di ma sagyo ros
Objects fall down exactly in the same way. They are not left behind.
dile du ngobu dile du gala khoni ta ni khoni lugo na thara ma sagros gyabla sang maras di
So that's exactly what Galileo noticed, that no any conclusion about the motion of the earth you can draw directly from seeing how objects fall down.
dile du ta thanda ngobu khande sagyo me jura dile te ne ani nganzo gi khanda se khola yugu che jura dile jugdom khegu chtutung maris lin khurangi she res
But what is important in science, and we emphasize all the time, is to do experiment. Experiments prove things, right?
chezanda cherila thyo khande jle na ngazo khar chigere tagje chigyo ros tagje digi ani khum ki ros khari badi
So, do you remember when we talk about the about Aristotelian view? How do objects fall down if they are of different weight?
Aristotle gi tasu laura di kor khiran su thingi des ngobu ni la jise loga yo aina mallo aina ma sai jura di khande kheba yo re yo mares yes ani khandes heavy objects will fall faster
Heavy objects will fall faster. More than that, if the object is double the size, double the weight of the other objects, it's gonna fall 2 times faster on the ground.
tanda jigo jigo mara chejung ge ta aina dabni gi che che dabni gi jigo che aina dabni gi joga ma sagir lani Aristotle gi she ros
So light objects are gonna fall very slow, and the heavy objects, boom, and you can notice that difference.
dila do ani ngobu yangbu jo aina khali khali ma sagir ros ngobu jigo che di lamsa ma sagir ros di ngara zo tani ha gu ros so if there are two people, one fat and one skinny, falls from a big building, the fat person
That's
will fall down
cruel, guys. That goes against your philosophy. It's cruel.
first. That would like guess the last study. That would like guess. So we'll demonstrate it. They're saying.
I don't want you to demonstrate.
study.
So one thing you're going to know now when you see what Galileo did, that Aristotle actually never did experiment. Because if he did experiment, he would notice that objects fall down independently of how heavy they are, almost close at the same time.
Dile thanda Aristotle korangi sheo mashi tagje chiyor lana tagje chiyo maris. Di tagje di sui cher la oina Galileo korangi chiyo res. Ngobu chejung la digas kheba meo jura thanda ma sa di thong res.
And the only reason they don't fall down at the same time is air resistance.
Ta thanda kheba yoro landa jugo cha di nyala sa di kora tagje nye ro. Ta di kheba khari gi sur la ona lungi gogen lung yora di parla lungi ka gi res ma sa di.
So in vacuum, Galileo said the objects are going to fall down exactly at the same time.
Ta tongsang imba na dila du lungche meo la gora vacuum lana tinte na lo korangi ta ngobu ni leo na ta kangi lung di yo mara tinte indu gala ngobu chejung da jigo la ma de bar ma sa du gala ta sai ka ngoi la thue jora nyam du sagir lan she res.
If you go sometimes to the science museums, you go to a science museum and you're going to see exactly the feather, in this case I guess it's orange or something, fall down exactly at the same time.
Dinal thaluma dosta chado shada da jigo kheba yora dinde khana su temde khana ro na dinde thong res. So they're saying if the orange is an empty one without any pulp,
You can
it's
take
just
it
the
that
skin.
whatever heavy ball you want to have and however heavy you want.
the khamar chaluma tongola rani polo jigo chimbu ji shana idigyo res jigo ji kya sag res charu da
In the vacuum, they're going to fall down at the same time.
동상 임바이나 라 아마 사이 주라 냠도 사기 레스 지골라 뚜 마레스 라 daga nangla so you said it's a vacuum, right? And there's
Yes.
no air in it, and the object falls down freely, right?
But there is no air resistance, right?
but
It's
on
a
the
vacuum,
moon,
so there is no air.
and what she's asking is, on the moon, when we leave the object, it floats on the it floats above the ground for some time on the moon.
It floats.
Yeah, like a feather or
No,
an
no, no.
object.
I understand. I understand what you're saying. It's not complete vacuum there, you know, on the earth, on the moon.
daga ga imba ina thanda dinangshi bet tongsang roela na tinde mares daga ga la
Yeah.
di khare lungche yo mar ha di lungche me sa tagje ge di sue sha yo rosh. So this is not on the moon, she's saying.
No, no. This is on the earth.
Say kola ga la res ine lungche me thanda ta tongsang ji sue.
You know, you have a big chamber from which you take all the air out.
khangba ro chera chik cha gi ta sue sha yo chamber ju res dine ni khaji urla na lung changma chila tuen sa res. So air, what do you mean by air? Do you mean hydrogen, oxygen?
Air, everything is taken out.
Lung thanda delo yu jura dina shi thanda ngaju lung yora dela lung kham na lung chuda di changma ma tuen sho di shi res
This is called a vacuum pump. You know, pump out all the air.
di thanda phuda jurelas di phuda dila vacuum pump lig res di khaji launa thanda khangba do jora chagi di ki khare lung changma ma tuen shi res phuda chinge digi. So she said Julie used vacuum pump and she did an experiment.
Good. Yes. Then you know that.
That how
Excellent.
dollars lung changma thingi dollars di kurang las again Julie tuen solas tende do res.
So that's the same thing, right? All the air is pumped out, so there is no air resistance, so the objects are going to fall down at the same time.
Thanda vacuum cleaner di pheju chisa Julie gi lung changma thingi do gikshon thesa dinang shi di taje khangba sto chamber dinang lung changma thin res tongsan chai res lung chi yu ma res.
So what Galileo discovered is that all objects fall with the same speed and accelerate exactly in the same way under the influence of gravity.
The Galileo korang gi khari she or lawana ngobo khande ji nege gyokse chi ko chi kyang ma sa jora thensu la pa be di yures an nyurse da nyunen kharita na chi ko chi kyang imbashi.
And you remember, for Aristotle, the heavy objects fall faster, and now suddenly that's not true.
Tangwela Aristotle gi khari she re jigo che di gyoga sagre la di tagda deyo marwas di demba member shten ros.
There is the other example. If you play a ping pong on a ship or on a boat,
Ta pejun chik di relas keran so
on a train, actually. That's what I wanted to say.
and
On a train.
chokse gi table tennis stage yo di ani nganju gi ta koran su pe shadu tusing na shai da ta ngara ju mekor na shana digi ras mekor na do do ko mekor na la di table tennis se tu res. No, we cannot play.
Why not?
Khajin se tu marelas because train sometimes it moves faster, sometimes it moves
That's true. But imagine a train that is moving uniformly, nicely, smoothly, right? With the same speed, there are no shaking and so
the
on.
kiras na kabre gyor tang kabre ther ta na ngaju di ding min da ma ridu chi da di king gi se tu marlar dende me ache gyo se thagaran chi gan do de chashanas. Yes, we can play then.
That's right. And not only that, you wouldn't even notice whether you're moving or not if you don't look through the window.
Kigo ni chilo la ma da ba do ani thanda kiran jo megor gan des thanda megor jura di gujyo tang gi me ha
If it's very smooth ride. And whatever you do on that train would be exactly as a train that is stationary.
thanda di nangshi thanda kiran jo che jura na thanda megor yogu ma ching e dende ji gal che wa na re yogu chidinge ji gyo se chi ba im ba na chi ko ji kyan che tu ros.
So there is a final conclusion by Galileo, which is called sometimes Galilean theory of relativity, Galilean relativity principle. No matter, no experiment on Earth will show you whether Earth is moving or it is stationary.
The Galileo Korangi Karishir Lawana, Korangita Turu, Korangita Rojik Chagures, the Karicha Durlauna, say Kola di Kujutangi Yore, and Kujutangi Yomare Lajura, di Tachi say Kolagala, Tachi Yomaris, Chitu Maris Lan Shires.
Or rather, we can say any experiment done in a stationary laboratory would come out exactly the same as in the lab that is moving uniformly, just under the influence of gravity, for example.
Peshawana Tinshu Laki Shigo Ratandadi. Di Dugala, the Tajikang, Kambachinal Chia, Tanashi and Diwal Kolo Rojkani, Gujotang, Josech Granla, Tajikan Taran Chagura, Indishna Chuena, Chipojikan Yungu, Ras, Keba Kesugu Mares.
And sometimes in the future, we're going to learn, sometimes in the future when again you think about philosophy of physics by itself, and study Einstein, you'll see how important this is.
Tatanda di Kechulu Kagasime Jela, Maomba Kiransugi, Einstein Kor Changuras, Digapso and di Kechulu Kagasime di Tungures.
If we had another week, we would do that, but we don't.
That Dunda Jema Yangu Tewa Gioena, the Mutunichia Ras, Tangazu Tuzu Dangminduas.
So now you come at the point in the history where you learn how people figure out that the Earth is moving around the sun, how approximately our universe looks like, and you learn something about the beginning of the new physics for that moving Earth.
The Kiranzu Tandabatu Karishir Lawana, Jigdenham say Kola di Koi Majora, Tanganashi any, Jigdenham gi Chejungi that Chese Rojora, di Korche. And Tanashi say Kule Yugu the David Nisukashi share was.
And now we're going to stop here.
The biggest some shines.
Thank you.
Thank you.